Hey guys, how's it going? My name's Always, and welcome back to Project Ozone Lite. In the last episode, what were we doing? We were doing a few things with Tinker's Construct. That's right. We started working with Tinker's. We got our new sword and a new pick, and that's about it. So yeah, I've been working a little bit off camera. I've also been thinking a lot about this series, and specifically, what are we going to do for a base? Obviously, this stuff is temporary, but I'm thinking, you know what? Let's do something a little bit different, but at the same time, not so much. So what we're going to be doing, and this is my idea. I haven't really looked through everything yet, but we're going to have, let's see, we're going to have some machines. We're going to have a lot of EnderIO stuff. We're going to have Botania, mechanism can go with EnderIO. We're going to have agricultural stuff, both the essence seeds as well as like normal plants and trees. We're going to have draconic. And we're going to have the end stuff, so Project E. And I think this mod pack even has the crafting table, the dire crafting table. Does it? Does it not have Avertitia? Okay, yeah, it does. And I don't know what all we're going to be using this with. Infinity Catalyst, there's a lot of things. But what I'm kind of getting to is we're going to have, honestly, not that much that we have to kind of worry about. So what we're going to do is we're going to make separate islands. We're going to have themed islands, kind of spread out, relatively close. And on each one, we're going to have something different. We're going to have a factory building on one. We're going to have a nice farm on another. And we're going to have, I think the one that we're going to start working on at least a little bit today is going to be Tinker's. We're going to have a forge. So that includes the smeltery and weapons and all that kind of stuff. We're going to have somewhere, I think with the forge, we'll put something for all of our sifting. I'm not entirely sure what to make of that right now, but we're going to have basically different islands for different things. And then this main island will be kind of the last thing. So a lot of temporary setups, but we'll get there. But before we start working on that, what I want to do as well today is start working with EnderIO and get some machines. As you can see, I have some stuff already prepared. And we're also going to open some loot bags because, well, why not? I actually got another music disc. Letting the creepers die from the skeleton shots it's so easy to do that, so I might as well. Ooh, mana steel, torches, apples, iron, and paper. Not bad. This one has overgrowth seeds, interpearl, and rail. And this one has one of the things I actually wanted, obsidian, as well as some lapis and some other things. Cool. So we'll put this stuff in here. The dimlet parcel, we're not going to be using that anytime soon. Most of the stuff I don't really care too much about. But the obsidian is actually something that we're going to end up going to the nether relatively soon. And so that's something to kind of keep in mind as well. But yeah, let's start off today. Actually, because we're going to be making some machines, we actually need the basic capacitors. And since we needed 4, it's going to be a lot easier than I expected. We already have most of the things we need. Also, I did get some new pants from the mobs. I just routinely kill these guys. And something I just now noticed. So we're at what? What is this? Episode 6? I just noticed that the sun's not moving. And neither is the moon. We're eternally at, well, I guess this is dawn, 6 a.m. of day 0. We are eternally at that. I just now realized that, and I even went back and looked at an old video, the last video in fact, and it was exactly like this the entire episode. I did not realize that. So there is no day-night cycle in this world, which is fine by me, to be honest. So let's just get started. We're going to go ahead and start making some EnderIO stuff. And I think the first thing to do is making a machine chassis. So that is going to require iron. Luckily, I made a bunch of iron. So we're just going to get some iron bars. And we're going to make... Do we want to make 4 of those? Let's see. 1, 2... Does the capacitor bank need one? I don't believe it does. No. It requires the actual capacitors. Is it worth it? We're going to need more later. Anyways, so I guess we go ahead and make 4 and just make the math and stuff easier. You know what? Let's go ahead and do it. There we go. So this should be detected. We're going to take the middle loot chest every single time if I remember to do that. But we're going to take the middle one today at least. And that is the machine chassis. So the machine chassis is kind of the building block of EnderIO. It's used to make most of the machines. And so the next one we're going to make is the alloy smelter. This has 2 modes that smelts and it also makes alloys. We're only going to make 1 for right now. We'll probably in the future make another one. But that's something we'll worry about when we get there. When we start making our factory building, there are better ways to get normal smelting, especially because this pack has mechanism. Mechanism is better. But for now, it'll be fine. So we need a cauldron and some more iron. So cauldron. Let's just grab all the iron we have. Iron is really easy to get because it's guaranteed every time we sift, so long as we're high enough of a level. And the other thing we're going to need is 3 furnaces. So let's get that. And alloy smelter. Easy, easy, easy. And then the next thing we're going to make is the sag mill. Now the sag mill, so the alloy smelter smelts things, both alloys and normal. And the sag mill, well, it breaks things up. So we're going to need some redstone. So let's grab that. And we're also going to need some flint. So let's go ahead and grab that. And we'll get going. So we're going to need a piston for the sag mill. Easy enough. And then there we go. Sag mill. We'll get all these quests done. So alloy, we're going to take the middle loot chest and we get half a heart. And then the sag mill, middle loot chest, and a quarter heart. So no big deal on either of those. Now we have machines. Machines are cool. But there is a problem with machines. And the big problem with machines is we don't really have anything to power it. Like at all. So we're going to have to do something about that sooner rather than later. And that's where the third thing comes in. Stirling generator. These things are super cheap and easy to make. We need a little bit more wood for a piston. And then we're going to need some stone bricks. So let's go ahead and get some stone smelted up. Because I don't think I have any smooth stone. I do not. And that is one thing, by the way, when we make our islands, we are going to make them a little bit more like this, where it's textured, I guess. We're not going to do flat, basic things. At least that's the plan. So we're going to need a bit of stone, and then we're going to need 2 basic gears. Nice and easy. Alright, so that should be that. Now, these machines, obviously, we're going to be using to make various things, and we can make a lot of different things. A lot of different alloys, as well as silicon from the sag mill, which is super important. So I believe that's going to, it already did, open up Energistics. Now, how do we get the inscriber presses? Now, that is a question I don't know the answer to. Let's look that up. Inscriber press. Okay, we can get it from Certus Quartz Essence. We can also... so it looks like in order to get these, we're going to need to get Certus Quartz Essence, which requires Certus Quartz Seeds. Interesting. I don't know if there's another way to get those because we don't actually have access to the meteorites, just because of the nature of a skyblock world. We can also start getting into the metallurgic infuser. And I don't believe that actually requires too much. Ooh, okay. Iron furnaces and steel casings, and then osmium and conductive iron. That's not bad, other than it does require steel. How are we supposed to get steel? Steel blend. Alright. Steel dust. Can't do that without a metallurgic infuser. Steel dust, like so. Okay, we can make it an alloy smelter with iron and pulverized charcoal. Okay. So we're gonna have to get steel. That's gonna be a little bit of an issue, but our stone is done, so we can go ahead and turn this into stone bricks. We could just use a chisel, which I believe we have, question marks? No, we do not have a chisel. That's something we'll want to get at some point. We could use a chisel for that, but, ooh, maybe we'll try the laser guns this time around. I've never actually tried to make the laser guns from Tinkers, but something we might do. Anyways, let's make the Stirling generator. I need a furnace. Lots of stone. Alright, cool. So the Stirling generator will give us a little bit of power, and that is a quest in the Indus. So, middle loot chest, we have a bunch of things done. Now, we could go ahead and make the combustion engine. However, for right now, that's not going to be a good source of power. Now, speaking of power, we are going to need some conduits. Energy conduits, in fact. And conduit binder is not too bad to make. It's clay, sand, and gravel. Makes a bunch. Makes 16 conduit binders per. But then we'll also need some conductive iron, which is also pretty easy. It's just iron and redstone. But what I want to do is I want to look at solar panels. We are perpetually at dawn. Why not use solar? We have some mirrors, in fact. We have 9 mirrors, so we could make a few solar panels. Let's go ahead and get a bunch of wood. Why not? So 3 solar panels. Now, if we want the next tier, we need 8. And then the tier after that is where we'll start using other types of things. Now, that is a quest that is in the generation. Alternatively, we could use reactors, but we'll get that eventually. So, yeah, we'll need to make a solar panel 2 for the next thing. The mirrors, by the way, are not that expensive. It's just iron and some glass. Pretty cheap, to be honest. So let's clean up the inventory. One big thing is let's get rid of all that excess wood. We have 5 loot chests. Cool. Let's go ahead and throw these in here for now. And we'll set up the machines in a moment. But first I want to, we're going to throw all this stuff in this chest over here. So let's get some stuff set up. An alloy smelter, and we're obviously this is temporary. I say that a lot, I know, but it is. And then sag mill, and then we're gonna put solar panel, and I'm gonna put a block here. And then a solar panel. Now, this solar panel will not connect. This should be getting power very slowly from this solar panel. Same with this. And then we can also just throw in some whatever. And it will provide power to these guys. So, cool. We have machines and they are in use, basically. Let's go ahead and open these loot chests. We have 5 of them. Let's see what we get. So, first things first. Cave spider charm. Alright, we've gotten a couple of those. Flask of magma skin. That is fire resistance. That is really nice. Ring of experience. Mana steel. And graphite. Alright. A lot of things we've seen before. Nothing super exciting. In fact, we already had that. The magma skin stuff is actually kind of cool. Oh, we hadn't... Oh, no, we did get a cave spider charm before. Alright. So... Now what? Well, let's go ahead and make some lava. Put that away. And we're going to put this away. We're going to take the music disc all the way back over here. So something I'm going to want to do at some point is we're going to want to have... we're going to want to go to the nether. And so there is a quest for that. I don't really want to go into the nether. But the nether is going to be really important. Potentially. Prosperity shards. So prosperity shards, how do we get those? Well, prosperity ore. And there's different types of ore. We can smelt up. We can also sag mill said prosperity ores. Or we can sift netherrack. Now, I do not, or I guess endstone. Endstone also works. But endstone is kind of more of a pain than netherrack. Until we can get nether essence, which nether essence requires netherrack and soul sand. Now we can technically make both of these things. Netherrack can be made with lava and redstone, and soul sand can be made with sand and witch water. It's just gonna be a matter of getting that. So yeah, things to consider. But for now, we can't really do anything until we get some prosperity shards, and we can't get prosperity shards until we get endstone or netherrack or find the ore itself. So that is kind of a problem. But let's grab some blocks. And I want to make a little bit of an island. And okay, so let's say this is going to be our central-ish island. We should make one out there that's the factory, and near the factory we should make a smaller island for sifting and the forge was what I'm calling it. We're gonna make a forge, and I am gonna stretch my building muscles a little bit and do a little bit of building, not much but a little. So that's something I'm gonna have to kind of plot out. You know, I'm not gonna do that right now on camera. I'm gonna work on that later. I meant to put those in there, for the record. So let's take a stack and put those in there. Alright, cool. So what else can we do today? Well, I don't know. Let's take a look. So solar panels are definitely something we can work on. I'm kind of waiting around for the obsidian. I don't have enough diamonds to do anything with that. Ardite and cobalt. Okay, so the nether doesn't sound like it's going to be too bad. But we need obsidian. And to get obsidian, we can... Obviously, we could make a diamond pickaxe and all that kind of fun stuff. That's awful. We can also just use a stone barrel and make obsidian that way. So that might be something we want to actually make first of all. So a stone barrel is a stone slab and 6 stone. Alright, so we're going to need some more cobblestone. Smelted up. I'm going to need to get more coal at some point. And I guess something we could do is go ahead and make some alloys. So let's go back to the Indus. And one of the first ones we're going to need to make is conductive iron. So we need 12 conductive iron. The question is, do we have... I can afford that. So let's go ahead and do that. 12 iron. Just give you both a little bit of coal. Actually, that should be fine. Okay. We're going to throw in some coal in there. And in here, we're going to tell it to do alloys only for now. And we'll get some redstone and iron turned into conductive iron. Now, conductive iron is going to allow us to make conduits. And so let's grab Ugh, of course. Let's grab some clay. Right. Buckets are right, or barrels are right here. So dust into clay. And then we're going to want some gravel. And a little bit of sand. And we're going to make some conduit binder. Conduit binder. Or I guess this is the binder composite. Cool. So that is doing just fine. Now let's go ahead and make a stone barrel while we're waiting. Stone barrels are very useful whenever you're dealing with lava. And so we're going to put that right over here. Actually, let's put it right there. And let's get some more cobblestone in there so it makes more lava. We can put that stuff in there. Alright, cool. So, did it run out of power? It probably did. We are really bad on power right now. You know, let's break this. Unfortunately, I think we did lose the charge. We can put it next to it, and it should charge up. I think these guys can transfer both sides. Yeah, they look like they are. Okay. We could also just add more wood in there. We could also add lava. Buckets of lava would work as well to give us more. But, yeah, not too bad. Okay. So, with that going, how much more obsidian do we need? We need 10, right? For the quest. Yes, 10 obsidian. And we have 6. So we need 4 buckets of lava. That's awful. We might wait on that. I might get that between episodes. So let's go ahead and get the rest of this kind of taken care of. Yeah, so the idea is we do a bunch of work. We get a bunch of things going. And then we can kind of decide what we want to do. So one of the big things kind of looking forward is we're going to need, you know, I want to see. What is it called? It's the Philosopher's Stone. This item is super powerful. And it's pretty expensive. Alright. Fair enough. Oh, lithium dust? That's rude. Okay. Fair enough. But this is used to make other things. And then, what does the transmutation tablet look like? Table, I guess. Starry emeralds? Ooh, that's nasty. Okay. Okay, these are awful. But they're really cheap once you make them. That's weird. Okay, whatever. That requires transmutation tablet, an infinity ingot, and a chaotic core. Really? Alright, well, that is things that we'll get to much, much later. Something else I want to look into is looking at, like, kind of planning ahead. This is stuff for Project E. Project E is very powerful. That requires 2 billion RF. Okay. Well, almost. So that's fine. Let's actually go back to this, and I want to see what all extreme crafting recipes there are. Anything super awful. I mean, some of that stuff is, but nothing terrible. What was it I wanted to look into? It was something. I wanted to see if there was with the mods. I don't remember now. That's whatever. Let's go ahead and turn this to furnace mode and get these cooking up. And we should have Indus Revolution. The conductive alloy, we're going to take the middle. And with that, we can make very basic wires. And that is kind of the first step towards power and power storage. And so I think the next thing I want to do is actually we're going to make the capacitor bank. So just a normal capacitor bank is a block of redstone, 4 capacitors. Alright, we're going to need more redstone. Luckily, I have a bunch of dust that we can sift. And I don't like doing sifting on camera. I've said this before, but we'll make do. So we need, what, 9? And then is it 2 or is it... Okay. So 17 redstone is what we need. So that's unfortunate, but we should be able to get there pretty quickly. What was it was trying to think that we... Oh, I remember now. Let's see, dimension. Okay, so we have RF tools, but we don't have the mining dimension in this mod pack. Oh wait, no, it's aroma. Yeah, that's the mod. Aroma. Yeah, here we go. Mining multi-tool. So if we can get a mining multi-tool, which I don't know how we get, I don't know if we're able to get it, we can go to the mining dimension. Is there a quest for that? Don't see anything. So that might be basically disabled. Which if that's the case, it's fine. Whatever. We'll live. But that is a really nice mod slash world. So disappointing, but is what it is. Alright, so there's the block. And we need 17 in total, and then we're going to make a capacitor bank so that we can start storing power. That way, while I'm building islands and kind of planning things like that, we can have more stuff going. So the islands themselves are going to be pretty simple. I'm not going to go overly complex with anything in terms of like designs. But one big thing with the islands that I'm going to do is we're going to make sure that we have plenty of space, and I am going to try to make them look a little bit like this, maybe a little bit more rounded on the bottom. I'm going to make them look like floating islands to the best of my ability. Now, I am not the best builder in the world, not by far, but I'm going to give it my all, and I don't know why that popped all the way over there. Go back in there. Let's go ahead and let's actually make the stuff we need first, and then we'll make the capacitor. So, or rather, we'll open the loot chest after we get the capacitor bank. So we also need, I forgot about this one, copper. So we do need a little bit of copper. We're going to need 4 pieces of copper. That's easy enough. We have plenty of ore. And as far as I'm aware, there's not really a way to automate all of this stuff, all of the sifting. So that is something that we're going to have to kind of deal with. Can I make this into... No, I already looked into that. 1, 2, 3. We'll do that. That'll work just fine. Okay. And then we're also going to need some iron. So we need 4, 4. I can make one more capacitor after this. And there we go. Why did I say 17? Oh, right, because that's not where that goes. That would be why. Okay, so we can put that away. There's the copper. There's the capacitors, redstone block, and then the basic capacitor bank. Perfect. Now that is a quest. That's why I'm not opening the one thing first. right here, capacitor bank, middle loot chest. So obviously we can get better and better ones of the capacitor banks. The basic one stores 10 million RF, and then 50 million, and then 250 million. But to upgrade this one, we'll need double layer capacitors and 2 basics, and then octadic capacitors and the second tier. So it's not too bad, all things considered. We'll slowly upgrade them as we need to. Now you can make multi-blocks with these capacitor banks, and that is something that is pretty cool, but not really needed right now. So what we're going to do is we're going to actually move all this stuff, and it would be nice if I had a wrench. That requires electrical steel. Alright, so I think we can just break these. But we're going to break this one. And let's see, how do we want to do this? We're going to, because I think if I break this, do you remember your power? I want to see that before I do anything else. Oh, that's the generator, not the sag mill. Yes, you do. Okay. You remember in your inventory. So let's move this up a block. We'll put the Stirling generator like here. The alloy smelter right here. Capacitor bank will go here. We'll do that. And then something like this for now. And we'll put solar panels along the edge. So I might actually... So here's the problem. Without a wrench, I can't move that. But what I can do is I can go the other way. So let's parkour over here. And I want to not lose these. And there we go. Okay. And we'll just put the Stirling generator like there. That's fine. And then these like so. Cool. So this should start getting power, and we're going to store a lot of power. Now, we obviously are not going to get that much power because it's only 15 RF per tick from all 3 of these. They generate 5 each. But it will add up eventually. And we have our first friend. We have a pig. Now the question. Alright, they're friendly. I know there are mods that make animals not friendly. I also know, and I think this is in Project Ozone 3, which we'll get to eventually after this series, there are anti-animals, but I don't think they're in this one. We can probably look that up. No. Okay. So let's go ahead and open our loot chest, and then that's going to be it for today's episode. So we have some carrots plus. Haste. That's cool. And a diamond shield. Oh, it actually is a diamond shield. Okay, cool. That'll be useful when we need combat. Alright. So that is gonna be it for today's episode. I hope you guys enjoyed this one. We got a lot of work done, but I have a lot more things to do. And so the plan is this. I am going to work on the islands, and I'm going to start planning out where I want them all to be, and just kind of general looks. We're not going to do too much with, like, we're not going to do too much yet with, like, actually building up the islands or anything. They're just going to be flat, circular, oval, or square-ish. And we'll kind of work towards making them a little bit better later, once we get more blocks and all that kind of stuff. One of the first things that we're going to want to do is get the mystical agriculture. I love that mod, and that's going to give us so many resources, but it'll take time to set that infrastructure up. Do we have what are they called? Sprinklers? No. Okay, so we'll have to figure out like better ways to grow crops and all that kind of fun stuff, but we'll worry about that later. Anyways, that's going to be it for today's episode. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye!